Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. Never mind that music coming from across the fence. I guess they're celebrating that it's Friday. I don't know. Anyway, so as you can see, the yellow Ghia is back in our shop. So let's talk about what we had our neighbor shop, Octavio's, do, and then we'll talk about what I did on the car today. So let's start off with the headliner. This was the first thing I had them do. And let me get my light on here so we can appreciate this. So there it is. And it is a beauty. Of course, those guys are the best, so we don't expect anything less. They were able to get the windshield and the rear window out while preserving the rubber that was on there. For those of you that follow, probably have heard me talking about that. The owner is really hoping to not have to do a lot of paint on the outside of the car, and they painted it with the windows and the rubber in. So we're going to reuse the rubbers that were in there, the seals that were in there. They were actually pretty nice and compliant, and hope that they're going to excuse me, pretty much go back up to this edge where they excuse me, where they came from, and not really have this green stripe showing around them. If there's a little bit showing here and there, not a big deal. We're actually, I went over today to our paint supplier that we use and dropped off the gas cap door for this. We're gonna have some mixed up to match, but yeah, reusing the seals that we had. I don't know what's wrong with me. Reusing those seals, it should pretty much come back up to that edge where it was. So hopefully it won't be an issue. But anyway, headliner's all in. On order, I have the padded, the dash pad, the nice upholstered one that's supposed to be in here. And then these later Ghias actually have like a faux wood face on the front of the dash. It looked really, really nice. And then below the dash, there's actually another piece that kind of matches the top pad. I think they call it a knee pad or something, just a little strip along the bottom. So you've got this upholstered pad on top, this strip on the bottom, and then sandwiched sort of in between on the face here is this wood grain. So it's going to look really, really nice. Also ordered door panels from TMI through actually PPI, Pacific Parts International. Ordered new charcoal carpet for it, so ordered new sun visors because his were pretty crispy looking. So yeah, all this stuff should be coming, I think, Monday or Tuesday. Not 100% sure when we're going to install all that stuff, but at least we'll have it, so when we're ready we can go ahead and put it in. The seats, which I don't remember, I think I showed those on an earlier episode. They fixed that area where the metal frame was kind of popping out. They look really good. So we have those stored right now in our shipping container that you can see out there, safe and sound for when they're ready to go back in the car. They would just be in the way if they were in here now. So let's talk about what else we had the neighbor shop do. This car had a big hole right here in the floor pan, similar on that side. So we had them basically cut out those sections that had holes in and weld in new pan sections that we purchased. And they did an outstanding job. You can see they went and welded them in, and then they seam sealed all around the edges. Really nice job. And then from under the car, let's see if I can get down here. From under the car. It's really hard to tell where they put them in. They did such a good job, and they kind of blended in a little bit of body filler to kind of blend in where the weld is between the new section and the old. But yeah, you really can't tell where the old pan stops and the new pan starts. And then they use the same rubberized undercoating that we pretty much use over here. And so they did the pan, the whole pan, basically the rear half or so at least. And you can kind of see where it stops up there. So when I go and do the front part of the pan, this will all be the same front to back. So let's talk about what else they did. Now that we've got this car back. So this was all rusted out here when the car came in. This section here was just completely toast. The owner's father had put a like a big metal kind of patch panel that he had riveted in just to cover it up. But we went ahead and cut all that out, and then we put in the new sheet metal right here, this edge piece, and then the whole rear piece here. And then also, while they were at it, the rear valence was pretty banged up. It was kind of wavy and so on. The car looked like it had been hit at some point. So this area where the bumper bolts up was actually shoved in probably a good ½ inch. So they straightened that out. A little paint touch up is going to be needed here and there. But again, I'm having paint mixed up. So we'll take care of all that, and you'll never know that it was, you know, that anything happened. So that brings us to what I did. So I spent most of today, I had done a lot of cleaning previously up underneath here, but wasn't quite done. It was still kind of greasy in a lot of areas. So I basically had this car out in the parking lot and way up on jack stands, had the back wheels off, and got up here with a wire brush on a drill motor and a Scotch-Brite pad, and just cleaned everything the best I could, degreased some stuff that was a little oily with some gasoline, got it all good and dry and free of crud for the most part, and then undercoated it, the suspension, the frame horns. You can see all, it's probably hard to tell with the shadows, but yeah, everything is, everything under here is undercoated. I even did under these areas here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, all up underneath here. It's all done. And then likewise, the I don't know if this will show or not, but yeah, the fender wells up in here, I did all that. So yeah, it came out pretty good. Pretty happy with how it looks. Again, you know, this is not a complete restoration, but of course we still want to make the car really nice for the owner. He plans to keep it and enjoy it for many years. So just kind of doing some extra things like that to make it that much nicer. Part of the reason that we're having paint mixed up that matches is we're going to go ahead and spray the engine compartment in body color. That's how it's supposed to be. So you can see this car was originally green, so this will all be yellow, all in here and back here and around, and then on the sides. And then the back firewall, we probably won't bother spraying that. That has that sound deadener that goes over it, that covers that whole area. So yeah, this car is, when we're done, it's gonna pretty much look like it came from the factory in this color yellow. Same thing up front. We're going to clean all this up and go ahead and shoot the yellow all up in here. Everything below the gas tank, I'm gonna do clean it all up and do undercoating like I did on the back, and then the front section of the pan underneath there, like the rest of it, so it all looks the same and uniform. Other than that, I went ahead and pulled the pedal cluster today. It's pretty much a complete disaster, or just a mess and ugly. I'll probably go ahead and see about just getting a rebuilt one from Scott at Pedalworks, and then I'll send him the core. He's very efficient at it and does really great work, so it probably makes more sense financially to just go ahead and get one from Scott at Pedalworks than for me to restore it. You know, he puts in new bushings and everything. That would be a little hard for me. I don't necessarily have the right reamers and so on, so we'll go ahead and rely on him for that. But that is it. So this car is coming along. It's good to have it back in the shop and be able to work on it again, try and keep it moving forward. This Ghia, just briefly, I didn't really do anything to it today except clean it. It was pretty dirty from having been sitting in the shop and collecting dirt, or dust. So I went ahead and wiped it down for the owner and let him know, hey, your car is pretty much done and ready to pick up. And so hopefully I'll be hearing from him soon and he can come get it and get back to enjoying it. So that is it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Anyone who's watching who hasn't done so yet, please subscribe to our channel if you like our content, and we'll see you guys Monday. Thank you.